All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, Kahala Imla Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kakodash. The bond is B2, the apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us this truth. Peace, salutations to the elect. The noise in his word abroad, believing. All right, so the book of Nahum, oh no, Nehemiah, um, chapter 1 and verse 4, it says, and it came to pass when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days and fasted and prayed before the power of heaven and said, I beseech thee, O Most High, power of heaven, the great and terrible God that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. Let thine ear be now attentive and thy eyes open that thou mayest hear the prayers of thy servants, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house has sinned, and we have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments which thou commandest thy servant Moses. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, if you transgress, I will scatter you abroad amongst the nations. But if you do turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the earth of the heaven, yet will I gather them out from hence and bring them onto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. Now these are thy people whom thou hast redeemed by thy great power and by thy strong hand. O Lord, I beseech thee, now let thine ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant and to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name and prosper. I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I was the king's cupbearer. Okay, so we'll get the word for terrible, right? 5th verse. Nehemiah 1 and 5. It says, and I said, I beseech thee, O Lord, most high of heaven, the great and terrible God that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. So the Most High is referred to as the great and terrible God, man. Okay, great and terrible is the word for terrible. Strong's 33:72. It says, terrible. It says fear, reverence, to be afraid, to stand in awe. Okay, to marvel at, to honor, respect, reverence, to be fear and dreadful, to cause astonishment or awe, be held in awe, to inspire reverence or godly fear or awe, to make afraid, to terrify, to shoot. Right. So terrible, like the Terrifier, right? Like Art the Clown, you know, he's terrifying every time you see one of his movies, right? Well, you know, spine chilling. The Most High, he's sending shivers down the spines of men. You know, he haunts the dreams like Freddy Krueger. You know, the Most High is the king of terrors, man. All right. It says terribly in a matter to cause dread, so to cause terror in a horrible manner, violent, painful. Yeah, the Most High is violent when he needs to be, but he's also graceful. And I'm saying, it says terrible, causing terror, that which excites awe or dread, heart failure, or heart attack. All right. So there you have it. Psalms chapter 145 and verse Psalms chapter 145 and verse Verse 3, it says, "Great is the Lord and great to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable." Yeah, it says in the 43rd chapter of Sirach, we have seen but a few of his works. And you've only seen a few of the things that the Lord is capable of. Fourth verse, Psalms 145 and verse 4. "One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts." It says, "I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty and of thy wondrous works. And men shall speak of thy might, the might of thy terrible acts." Yeah. That's why the Lord left behind witnesses, man, when he does certain things, so people could talk about it, word of mouth, or so and so. You know what the God of Israel did. You seen what happened to those Egyptians. You seen what happened to the Amalekites that Joshua discomfited with the edge of the sword, as Chris say. All right. That I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty and of thy wondrous works, and men shall speak of the might of thy terrible acts, and will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. It says, "The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercy are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Lord, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all the generations. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raise up those that be bowed down." And that's us, bowed down under the slaughter. You bow down under the hand of this oppressor. All right. "The eyes of all that wait upon thee, thou givest them meat in due season." Yeah, you wait on the Lord, and the Lord gonna feed you in the time of famine. The Lord gonna take care of you while he's terrible to a heathen, while he's terrible to the inhabitants of the earth, man. But he said, "Those that wait on the eyes of them that wait shall be given meat in due season. Thou openest thy hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing, whether they be good or bad. The Lord take care of them." So the Lord's balancing that in that sense. But the time gonna come when only the righteous gonna eat. Only the righteous gonna live forevermore. This world was created for many, but the world to come for a few. Psalms 145:17. "The Lord is righteous in all his ways, and holy is all his works. The Lord is nigh unto them that call upon him." To call upon him, God know the name. "To call to all that call upon him in truth," not in however you want to call upon him. John 4, the 4th chapter. "True worshipers should worship the Father, spirit and truth." All right, in spirit and in truth. "The Lord is nigh unto them that call upon him in truth." 19th verse. "He will fulfill the desire of those that fear him, and he will also hear their cries and save them. The Lord preserveth all them that love him." Yeah, these Psalms are all prophecies, man. Prophecies of the future, man. Reassurance. Yeah, because he said that he will save all them. You got all kind of prophecies. Psalms the 22nd chapter. Psalms the 82nd chapter. Psalms, you got all these prophecies, because you had King David was singing, but he was also leaving behind his limitations. Then you had other men that, but in here that's mentioned, when you read the first verse of like a lot of these chapters, they'll tell you a Psalm of David or a Psalm of Aaron or this or that, right? But they're prophecies, dark sayings, parables, and things of that nature, not just songs. The Lord does everything in code, man. So he'll put things in what they call songs, right? Sing praise, sing a new song, right? The new song is a prophetic song. So it says Psalms 145, verse 19, "He will fulfill the desire of all that fear him. He will also hear their cries and save them. The Lord preserve all that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. All the sinners of my people that die by the sword." Amos 9:10. "That say the evil should not overtake nor prevent us," right? "My mouth shall speak of the praises of the Lord, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever." Okay. When you come into this truth, right, and the Lord tell you that you're supposed to be separate, you're supposed to be different, like he really meant it. He meant it He meant it, and he put the spirit on you to be different. Like people call you antisocial. You're antisocial. Why the hell would you want to be around a bunch of niggas of today? You know, I don't want to be around these people. I'd rather be fucking away from them. Okay, the Lord, he fled from these niggas because the Lord said, man, they were trying to make him king. And some of them wanted him dead. You know, the scriptures say, follow not a multitude to do evil. The multitudes are evil. Where you see a bunch of fucking people, there's a bunch of wickedness, man. The Lord said, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. He ain't say, where 56,000 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst thereof. Okay, where all the niggas are at, that's where I'm at. Where it is a group of hundreds of people, parades and all this shit. It's nothing but confusion, madness. You know, the Lord said that he's dealing with the few. Isaiah 25 and verse 1. It says, O Lord, thou art my power. I will exalt thee. I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Thy counsels of old are faithfulness and truth. For thou hast made a city, a heap of a defense city, a ruin, a palace for strangers to be no city, and it shall never be built. All right, America's never going to be built up ever again. 3rd verse. Therefore shall the strong people glorify thee. The city of the terrible nations shall fear thee. The city of the terrible nations shall fear thee. Like Michael Jackson said, who's bad? You know, who's really bad? We're going to see who's the big bad bully. The city of the terrible nations, everybody think they're terrible, right? They think they're bad. The other nations think that they got muscle, they can flex on you, you know, until you find out that there's a more powerful spirit out there, man. That you're not alone in the universe, right? The white man, he are we alone in the universe? Is there other more powerful forces than us? You know, he's out there sending probes out there to see if there's other aliens, civilizations and shit, you know. But the pride of the heart, the scriptures say the pride of the heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. You know, you think that you think you're invulnerable, right? But the Lord said, the city of the terrible nation shall fear thee, shall fear the Lord. For thou hast been a strength to the poor. That's right, he's going to redeem the poor. There has been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress. All right, a refuge from the storm that's about to come, a shadow from the heat. When the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall, thou shalt bring down the noise of strangers. Yeah, the Lord gonna make these people pipe down, shut the fuck up, white man. Okay, and you other nations, you gooks, you shut your ass up. Okay, no more noise. The Lord gonna bring down the noise of the strangers as the heat, because that's all they doing. All they doing is yapping, running their mouths, talking. You know, empty talk. You know, filling the people with lies. Jeremiah 16 and 19. It says, what? Surely our fathers have inherited lies and vanity where there is no profit. Okay, the noise of strangers, that's noise. As the heat is in a dry place, even the heat with a shadow of a cloud, the branch of the terrible one shall be brought low. The branch of the terrible one shall be brought low. Okay. You terrible, you people, you think you fucking terrible, right? You think you bad and you think you could do bad. Who's bad? Like MJ said, who's bad? Well, we're gonna see who's bad. The Most High is the terrible one. All right. You're not the terrible one. You think you fucking tough, and you got it all made out because you got some missiles, or because you hitting the gym. The scriptures say by flesh, by her arm shall no man prevail. Okay. Cursed be the man that trusts in man and make flesh his arm. Jeremiah 17 and 5. Okay, so everybody think that that they're in a peak physical condition. They got all this fucking pride, just like a female, man. She's in her peak. She's never fucking humble. She's never humble. She want to talk about humbleness. These women is never fucking humble when she's in her prime. She's only humble when she's later on in life, when she's past her prime, but she's not in her full strength no more, right? When you're in your full strength, everybody think they're fucking bad and big and bad and bold. And the white man is the epitome of that statement. He's the epitome of that. Okay. 6th verse, Isaiah 25 and 6. In this mountain shall the Lord of hosts make unto all the people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the lees, a feast of full of marrow, of wines on the lees well refined, and he will destroy it and this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. Jeremiah 16:19. Surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity where there is no profit. That's the covering cast over all the people. The lies, the trickery, the deceit. Isaiah 60:2. Gross darkness is going to cover the people. Right? The Lord going to destroy in this mountain, in this government, right? The face of the covering cast over all the people, all the Hollywood lies, all the Disney Plus lies, all the goddamn girl boss lies, all the race lies. You know, they got you thinking that you're 57% this and 45. That's all lies. I'm black and I'm Zulu and I'm this and I'm how the fuck can you be 75 different things? When you look at a dog, either they're one thing or they're another. Either they're a Yorkshire or they're a goddamn German Shepherd, whatever they are, but they can't be 45 different things. I'm black, I'm Hulu, I'm Irish, I'm German, I'm Scottish. This sound like a fucking mixture of like a weird science experiment, man. You are what your father is. Numbers 1:18. You are what your daddy is. If your daddy was a so-called black man, you go back to the tribes. If your daddy was a so-called Latino, you go back to the tribes. If your daddy was a so-called a Native American Indian, that's it. You go back to the tribe. I don't care what your mama was. My mama was Irish and this and that. I'm on my mom's side. I'm white. I mean, she doesn't carry the seed. The seed is what your dad is, man. That's it. All the confusion goes out the window. What was your dad? Your dad was an Israelite. You're an Israelite. That's it. Simple. That's all it did. That's all it took. These motherfuckers, you gotta go to 23andMe to get a test and pay a bunch of money so a nigga could tell you that you come from the south coast of Australia. That's bullshit. The veil that spread over all the nations, that's part of the veil, man. Because you can't see straight. 8th verse. He will swallow up death in victory. That's in 1 Corinthians 15. Old death, where's the old grave? Where's the sting? You know, he will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord Most High Howl by Shem Yahushai will wipe away tears, all tears from their eyes, off their faces. And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from all the earth, for the Lord has spoken it. Yeah, when somebody disrespects you based upon your color or your skin, or based upon your nationality, that's called the rebuke of the people. The Most High gonna take that rebuke from off the face of the earth. The Lord put it on their hearts to constantly come at you as a punishment. 9th verse. And it shall be in that day, lo, it was said, this is our power. We have waited for him, and he will save us. Isaiah 25:9. This is the Lord. We have waited for him. We will be glad and we will rejoice in his salvation. For in this mountain shall the hand of the Lord rest. In this government, this is where the Lord is going to rest, not in America. America is the kingdom. How could America be the goddamn kingdom? All right. And Moab shall be trodden under him. The white man's best buddy. Okay. The gook, the chinky-eyed gook, and the Indian too. And the East and the Arab. It says Moab shall be trodden underfoot, even as a straw is trodden from the dunghill. Shit. Moab, you a shit. Okay, it says he shall spread forth his hand in the midst of them, as he that swimmeth spreadeth forth his hand to swim. And he shall bring down their pride together with the spoil of their hands. That's right. Just like that Chinese general that was sitting on all that gold, the Lord took it from him. You know, he gonna take the spoils of these Chinese again. You know, as a nation, they're gonna take down the spoils. We're gonna spoil the Egyptians. When we left Egypt from the first time, we came out with great substance, and we're gonna come out with greater substance this time. 12th verse. And the fortress of the high fort of thy wall shall be brought down low. Lay low and bring down to the ground, even to the dust. Confusion, because you ain't gonna know what hit you. You ain't gonna know what hit you, man. You ain't gonna know you don't know what time it is. Just like Deontay Wilder was fighting that Chinese nigga. He didn't know what time it was. Now he was getting hit with right and left. This nigga was just spinning around and shit. You know, when you're in that ring, it's a different story. You know, you're getting hit with all kind. You know, it's very easy to look at it from outside looking in. Everybody's laughing at Jake. But when now it's on you, now it's on you. Isaiah 29 and verse 17, it says, is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity, out of darkness. Right? Jeremiah 16:19 again. Surely our fathers have inherited lies that's called obscurity. You can't see straight. Out of darkness, the blind shall see, and the deaf shall hear the words of the book. And they're going to understand that we're those people. And they're going to say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. Vanity where there's no profit. And that's why the Lord is going to be terrible to the inhabitants of the earth. Because we've been getting lied to as a people. Then the Lord hates lies, robbery, and vain glory. You know? Obscurity. Real quick, I want to read the word obscurity real quick. Obscurity. I want to read this real quick. It says absence of light, a lack of brightness or luster, dullness, condition of being unknown or inconspicuous. When them jakes were saying the unknown God, it was praying to the unknown God. That's called obscurity. That's called obscurity. When you praying on Jesus Christ, that's called obscurity. That's a lack of brightness. All right, darkness, gloom, vagueness, vague. That's what this society is all about. Vagueness. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. No, the Lord gave you the answers. We don't know where we come from. Nobody knows what nationality we are. We're mixed in with everybody else. The Lord said there's no end to the people, man. Confusion, insignificance, darkness, indistinctness, uncertainty, man. Quality or condition of not being clearly comprehended. That's a damn obscure world you living in. So the Lord said what? 18 verse, Isaiah 29:18, in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Most High, and the poor men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Not the rich, not the rich, not the highfalutin nigga, you know, with the good Da Vinci pants on, and the Rolly, and the Urus, and the mansion. You know, they're not gonna seek the Lord. The poor amongst men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Okay, it's all about being poor. And when motherfuckers call you poor, you should take that as a compliment. Thank you, because that's what the Lord is dealing with. Thank you. When they say that you ain't shit, when they laugh at you, when they say that you're crazy, then you should be like, thank you, instead of getting mad or whatever the hell, you know, because that's the initial reaction. But then you examine the scriptures, man. And then you come to the realization that, oh, wow, yes, that's what the believers got to go through. The elect got to go through. Okay, so that's an indication. If you ain't catching no hell, that means that you ain't right, and the Lord's not dealing with you. Isaiah 29:20. For the terrible one is brought to naught. The white man who's supposed to be terrible on the earth, this nigga's a fucking pipsqueak. He ain't really terrible. He's not really bad like that, like you think he is. You ain't met your match yet, man, but you're gonna meet a superior force. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed. And all that watch for iniquity are cut off. That's you niggas. You watching for iniquity, man. You ain't watching for righteousness. You ain't waiting for the Lord to come back. We're waiting for the Lord to come back, man. All right, but you're not waiting. You're not watching. You watching for iniquity. That make a man an offender for a word. You get mad when we tell you, you're supposed to have a husband by now. 21 years old. Where's your husband at? Oh, yeah, that's offensive. That's nasty. So that's up out of here, man. When we tell you you're not supposed to leave the truth and come back. When we tell you, well, why'd you leave the truth, man? We talk about you leaving the truth. Now you're offended for a word, for telling the truth, right? When you tell a man that he's supposed to do the work, oh, well, you got to understand, brother, that everybody ain't the same. Well, the scriptures don't make excuses, man. Yes, we all have different portions, but excuses are one thing. Okay, everybody got the same 24 hours in the day. Everybody's supposed to be seeking their own salvation with fear and trembling. The scriptures say that you all show the same diligence. Okay? No, don't make a man an offender for the word. Okay? But that's what happens, right? You make a man offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of not. With the righteous man, No, his words are heard more and quiet than him that ruleth among fools. That's what the scripture said. Okay, 22nd verse. Therefore, thus saith the Most High, who redeemed Abraham, a faithful man, concerning the house of Jacob, another faithful man. Jacob shall not be ashamed, neither shall his face wax now pale. We'll never be afraid again when the Lord takes away the terrible one who is going to be brought to naught. You know, you're only afraid because you're in a physical condition with no power. Well, you got the power, ain't no need to be afraid. Because who's going to come up against you? Who go pull you down? You know, the white man, he's not afraid right now because he don't see nobody as his competition. He sees himself as the most powerful, superior one. You know. 23rd verse. But when he seeth his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and they shall fear the power of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding. 2/3. They erred in their spirits, and then they're gonna come to understanding eventually, after they feel death by pain. And they that murmur shall learn doctrine. Okay, the scoffers, you know, and all them, they're gonna come to learn the doctrine. They're gonna, you know, all that shit that they remembered that they were saying back then, they're gonna load themselves, as it says in Daniel 12. It said, many shall rise to everlasting shame, contempt. 2nd verse. Many of them shall sleep in the dust of the earth, shall wake, some to everlasting life. Those that turn many to righteousness shall shine as the firmament forever and ever. But some to shame and everlasting contempt. They that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Right? So the Lord gonna give you that that reward, that just reward for your labor. The Lord is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay, Sirach 43 and verse 29. The Lord is terrible, very terrible, and very great, and marvelous is his power. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for you can never go far enough. For even he will yet far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. Who have seen him that he might tell us, who can magnify him as he is? No man see the Lord and live. Okay? That's why when the Lord spoke to Moses, he had to come in the bush, because he couldn't experience all that force at once. He had to speak in the burning bush, didn't he? Because the power is too much. Who have seen him that he might tell us? Did you see him? Did you understand him? Did you go up there and visit him? No. So who can magnify him as he is? Who could tell us what he really is like? But 1 John 3 and 2, when the Lord comes, we shall see him as he is, and we shall be like him. Right? So then we're gonna be able to tell, and we ain't gonna be seeing things through a glass darkly. 1 Corinthians 13 and 9. It says, when that which is perfect is come, that which is done in part shall be done away with. Right? So who have seen him that he might tell us, who can magnify him as he is? There are yet hid greater things than these be. For we have seen but a few of his works. For the Lord hath made all things, to the godly have he given wisdom. I call you friends. John 15, I call you friends. I gave you wisdom because you're my friends. I gave you the inside scoop. And I'm going to give you power too. Okay? Psalms 99 and 1. The Lord reigneth. Let the people tremble. Let the people be very afraid. He sitteth between the cherubims. Let the earth be moved. The Most High is great in Zion. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. Yes, the Lord created all things, but he don't dwell anywhere else. He only dwells in Zion. He's only great in Zion. I will magnify myself from the border of Israel. That's why I'm going to magnify myself. Okay, not from the border of Edom or Moab or anybody else. Or some other weird, the Lord going to go somewhere else and start. No, the Lord created the earth to be inhabited, and he created Zion to be great. The Lord is great in Zion, and he is high above all the people. Let them praise that great and terrible name, for it is holy. Not let them disrespect the Lord's name and call him whatever you want to call him. No. Let them praise that great and terrible name, for it's holy. The king's strength also loves judgment. Thou doest establish equity thou executed judgment and righteousness in Jacob. It says, exalt ye the Lord our power and worship at his footstool, for he is holy. Moses and Aaron among his priests, and Samuel among them that call upon his name. They called upon the Most High, and he answered them. Oh, yeah, because he was dealing directly with Samuel. Okay, comest thou in peace, peaceable Samuel? No. 7 verse. He spake unto them in the cloudy pillar. They kept his testimonies and the ordinance that he gave them. Oh, why did he speak to them in the cloudy pillar? Because if he comes in his energy, they're gonna die. No man can see the Father and live. Who can magnify his works? Right? Who can see the Most High and live? He spake to them how? In a cloudy pillar. They kept his testimonies and the ordinance that he gave them. Even when the priests went to the Holy of Holies, they had to go into a particular room and a particular place and wash particular ways to be in front of the presence of the Spirit of the Most High. But now, you know, the Lord opened it up, you know, where now you don't have to just be a Levite to just, you know, be able to be in the presence, because Moses and them, you know, and the sons of Aaron, those were Levites, man. Now, hence the priesthood back then. 8 verse. Thou answered them, O Lord, thou wast a God that forgavest them. Thou tookst a vengeance over their inventions. Exalt the Lord our power and worship at his holy hill. For the Most High, our power is holy. The Most High, our God, is holy. And he is terrible, for great and terrible is his name, for it is holy. Psalm 76 and verse 1. It says, in Judah is the Most High known. That's right. I would raise the tent to Judah first, right? And Judah is the Most High known, because that's my firstborn in the spirit. Right? His name is great in Israel. And Salem also is his tabernacle and peace. Shalom. Salem means Shalom, city of peace. And his dwelling place in Zion. There break he the arrows of the bow, the shield, the sword, and the battle. Selah. Thou art more glorious and excellent than the mountains of prey. It says, the stout-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. At thy rebuke, O power of Jacob, both the chariot and the horse are cast into dead sleep. Most I gonna put these Egyptians to sleep, just like he did made them sleep at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, gonna make, as the scriptures say, the Egyptians are horse, not flesh, flesh and not spirit. Isaiah 31. It says that the Egyptians are flesh and not spirit. So both the chariot and the horse are cast into dead sleep. Thou, even thou, art to be feared. And who may stand in thy sight when thou art angry? At the rebuke of the Lord, man, the earth could vanish away. So who can stand before the presence, man? One angel could destroy the planet Earth or the inhabitants thereof. So how much more the Father of spirits, man? 8 verse. Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven. The earth feared and was still when the Most High arose to judgment to save all the meek of the earth. 8 verse again. Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven. The earth feared and was still. The day the earth stood still. Remember that movie? The day the earth stood still. That's an old classic, man. From 1951. They made a 2008 remake, which was shitty, with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is really a shitty actor, man. Okay. You know, he did a couple good movies like John Wick and The Matrix, but you know, they were supposed to cast Will Smith as Neo, man. It would have been a much better, more charismatic character. Neo is a fucking dead. He's dead. Every time I see fucking who's this guy? Every time I see Keanu Reeves acting, I see this nigga. He just dead. He gives the most woody goddamn performances. You know, I know it's supposed to be a cyborg and shit, but this nigga gives like the most formulaic performances, man. You know, but you got the complexion for the protection, though. You know, so you get the roles. You know? But anywho, still a good movie nonetheless. But the reason that the first movie was so good was because of Lawrence Fishburne, not because of Neo. The movie was great because of Lawrence Fishburne, black ass, because he made that movie. Morpheus made that movie, and that woman at the end, you know, the Jake woman. Yeah, she was giving him the advice and shit. Neo was really like, yeah, He did what he did, but it's really the story that really holds the movie together, not his ass with his woody ass performance, man. Okay, so it says Psalms chapter 76 and verse 5. It says, the stout-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. None of the men of might. Hey, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Jeremiah 51:30, man. All right. 6th verse. At that rebuke, O power of Jacob, both the chariot are dead asleep. All right. Dead asleep. So they're gonna be cut off, man. They're gonna be cut off. 10 verse. And jump down. Surely the wrath of man shall praise thee. The remainder of the wrath shalt thou restrain. Vow and pay unto the Lord your God, and let all that be round about him bring presents unto him that ought to be feared. It says, that's you kissing the son lest he be angry. Okay, Psalm 2 and 12. Kiss the son lest he be angry. Right. Bring presents unto him that ought to be feared. All right, talk to me nicely, as the Lord as the song say, man. It said 12 verse. He shall cut off the spirit of princes. He is terrible to the kings of the earth. Terrible to the kings of the earth. Psalms 76 and 12. Terrible to the kings of the earth. Ain't gonna be more terrible. Psalms 47 and 1. Shout unto the Most High with a voice of triumph, of victory, because the Lord gonna make us to be victorious over the kings of the earth. Gonna make them small as chaff. Oh, let's get an example of the Lord being terrible to the kings of the earth. The Lord turned the Nebuchadnezzar as an animal. Okay, that's a terrible thing to do to somebody. Turn your ass into a frog. Turn you into a damn hairy beast. Okay, he was a king of the earth, wasn't he? The Lord made his ass walk on grass and eat shit like an animal to show his strength. It says, for the Lord Most High is terrible. Psalms 47 and 2. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us and the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. Yeah, he chose our punishment, didn't he? He said, you're going to be born in America. You're going to be 4 or 5 feet tall. You're going to have weight problems. You're going to have cancer. You're going to have diabetes, whatever you're going to have. You're going to be 7 feet tall, but your knees ain't going to work. You know, you're going to be 6'7" in the NBA, but your dad's going to be dead by the time you're born. You know, it's all kind of judgment. The Lord going to choose your punishment, but he also going to choose your inheritance. Psalms 47 and 4. He shall choose our inheritance for us. That's what he did. The excellency of Jacob, whom he loved, Selah. The Most High has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sounds of the trumpet. That's war. Sing praise to the Most High. Sing praise to our King. Sing praises. For the Most High is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praise with understanding. Not in the church and not in the damn choir singing. That's not understanding. Not talking about the heathen can make it. That's not understanding. Not talking about you're going to burn in hell forever. That's not understanding. The Most High reign over the heathen. The Most High sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the power of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong to the Most High, and he is greatly exalted. I said, greatly exalted. All right? The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the power of Abraham. Well, the power of the faithful. That's what they're saying. The power of Abraham, the power of the faithful. For the shields of the earth belong unto the Most High. He is a greatly exalted. First Chronicles 17, verse 19. O Lord, for thy servant's sake and according to thy own heart hast thou done all this greatness and making known all these great things. O Lord, there is none like thee, neither is there any other God besides thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And what other one nation in the earth is like that people Israel? Let's compare. What one nation is like that people Israel? Who around you is like you? Nobody like you. 1 in a million, like Aaliyah said. It says, whom the Most High went to redeem to be his own people, to make thee a name of greatness and terribleness. See, that's balance. We're a name of greatness and terribleness. When Jake comes along, everybody's afraid. Oh, these niggas are coming on the court. Oh, we got to play with these athletic niggas. Let's leave. If you go to the court, man, let's just a small example. If you go to the court, you go with a group of Jakes. You go with a group of so-called blacks or so-called Latinos, but mainly the black, because Jake is the most athletic. Judah and them. If you go with a bunch of Judites, niggas go, the Chinese gonna be like, nah, let's leave. These niggas are too athletic. They're dunking on us. The white man gonna be like, ah, shit. Here we go. Let's just shoot threes. Let's just shoot threes, nigga, all day. Cause you can't compete with Jake athletic. Even me, if I see a group of Judites and shit, I'm like, wow, that's too much work, bro. These niggas gonna be jumping out the gym like fucking like Space Jam and shit, you know? And your ass, you gotta sit there and catch hell. You know what I'm saying, bro? You see, if you go up there and you play with these heathen, man, they're gonna run. They're gonna be hell no, because your people are great and terrible. You know, your people are too much to deal with, man. It says to make thee a name of greatness and terribleness. He redeemed his own people to make thee a name of greatness and terribleness. The people are gonna be afraid when they see you, man. No shit, no, not again, not them, not again, not the bully again. They're coming again with too much power, man. It says, by driving out nations from before thy people, whom thou didst redeem out of Egypt. It says, for thy people Israel didst thou make thy own people forever. For thy people Israel didst thou make thy own people forever. 1 Chronicles 17:22. And thou, Lord, becamest their God, a terrible God for a terrible people, a terrible and great people. That's balance. For thy people Israel didst thou make thy own people forever, not for a limited time only. Like this white man would say, this product, nacho fries are only available for a limited time only. This item is a ticket item. Well, it's only there for a couple of weeks. You better get it while it's gone. Well, the Lord said that our people are forever. I will be their people forever. And the Lord became their God. 23rd verse. Therefore now, Lord, let the thing that thou hast spoken concerning thy servant and concerning his house be established forever, as thou hast said. Let it be even established that thy name may be magnified forever, saying, the Lord host is the power of Israel, even a God to Israel, and let the house of David thy servant be established before thee. For thou, O my power, hast told thy servant that thou wilt build him a house. Therefore thy servant has found in his heart to pray before thee. It says, so terrible and great promises he made to our people and to the world. He made a promise, I'm gonna recompense you double. I'm gonna recompense y'all double, man. Deuteronomy 10:14, behold, the heavens and the heavens of the heavens is the most highest, thy powers, the earth also and all that's therein. Only the Lord had a delight in choosing to like it. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day, even today. Even today, you might be a nigga in America, you're still over these people. In the spirit, you're over these people. I don't care how much money they get. I don't care how many fucking views they got. I don't care how many military tanks they got. Okay, I don't care how many deals they make with the heathen or the heathen make with them. You are still over them. I don't care how low, how many laws they set in place to say that, you know, you are 3/5 of a human and you this and you that, you a nigga and you're colored and now you this, you that. The Most High said, even you above all the people of the earth, the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, meaning you. Back then, the Lord had a delight in you back then, because you came back as your fathers before, or now, you know, in the reincarnation. So the Lord had a delight in you, basically, to love you. It says to love them, but really it says to love you because you're those same people. He chose their seed after them, even you above all the people as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your hearts and be no more stiff-necked. Be no more a fucking hard-headed nigga. If you have one thing to say about our people, they are fucking hard-headed as a motherfucker, man. They are stiff-necked and rebellious. There's a rebellious people, Ezekiel. I told you, Ezekiel, that it was a rebellious people. Didn't I say that? Didn't I tell you that they won't listen to you? Don't worry about them. Worry about what I told you to do. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them if they rather watch fucking cat videos than watch the truth. They rather watch cat fucking videos, you know, than to understand their heritage, their knowledge, their wisdom, their understanding, the prophecies, the history, because they're too pussified and hurt to understand the truth. They're not sophisticated enough to understand the truth. So they rather dwell in lies where there is no hope and no profit. You know, Jeremiah 16:19. Surely our fathers inherited lies, vanity, where there is no profit. There you go. 17th verse. Deuteronomy 10:17. For the Lord your God is God of gods and the Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and a terrible God, which regard not persons nor taketh the reward, man. So the Lord is not going to be bribed from this destruction. He's not going to be coerced. Nothing that you could give him. The Most High is mighty and a terrible God. As a God of gods and Lord of lords, a great and terrible power. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and the widows, and loves the stranger and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. That's talking about your own people, not the heathen. You ain't have to love them. Love your people that's a stranger. Okay, you send them the migrants that come from, for instance, such as said, them Venezuelan migrants that came on that ship. They're Israelites. You're supposed to love them because they're your people, even though they might stink and they might be from another country and they might motherfucking be poor and whatever. You're supposed to love them because they're the strangers. Remember that you were poor, stinking, and you was fucked up in the land of Egypt. Remember that. Okay? How quickly your ass forgets that your fucking family was slaves, right? A couple of generations ago. You know, you looking down on them because you got a nice little corporate job now, nigga. You think you good. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy power, him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave and swear by his name. He is thy praise and he is thy power that have done these things, these great and terrible things, Salakia, which thine eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons, 70 people. And now the Lord thy power have made thee as the stars of heaven for multitude. Out of 70 people, made you as the stars of heaven. Because the Lord said, a small one shall become a strong nation. Isaiah 60:22. Our Lord will hasten it in his time. Okay. A little one shall become a strong nation. A small one shall become 1,000. That's how the Lord multiplies Jacob. Ephraim, fruitful and multiply. That's the Lord's people, man. The Lord's people, man, you put the seed any goddamn where, it just explodes, man. Put it in a white woman, put it in a Chinese woman, put it wherever you want to put it. Because that's a combustible seed ready to explode. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 18, thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shall well remember what the Lord thy power did on the Pharaoh and unto all Egypt, the great temptations which thy eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, the mighty hand and stretched out arm whereby the Lord thy power brought thee out. So shall thy power do unto all the people of whom thou art afraid. You afraid of these people, the Lord gonna do them dirty like he did them Egyptians. Afraid of this devil. What the devil? He got me dead to race. The devil, he got more power. What we gonna do? You Israelites, you ain't working. You ain't got no money. You bums. What y'all gonna do? I never seen like that nigga Anton said. I ain't never seen one successful Hebrew Israelite. I never seen them cut, put together with no women or nothing. Really, this nigga never seen. He never seen none of us. We just all bums, the dumb, uneducated fools that don't know shit. Just hate the white man. Just hate the white man. Hate women. We hate the white man. We hate women. Basically, we're moles and we're fucking incels because you're against the fucking world and what they call so-called women in this society. You know, why you niggas make deals with the devil? That's why you're gonna go down with the devil. But you niggas really are afraid. That's why you come up against the truth, because you're afraid. You're not man enough to do what's require you as an Israelite man. That's why you would deny your heritage and say, I'm not an Israelite. So I don't have to do that shit. I don't believe in that. I don't gotta go out there and teach. I don't gotta go out there and make my body a living sacrifice. The hell, I'm not an Israelite anyways. That's the get out of jail card, man. The jail out of get there. You have a responsibility as an Israelite man. You should be out there teaching. You should be out there doing what we're doing. Bald head nigga. You should be out there, but you're not. So shut your ass up and continue to work for the devil. Deuteronomy 7:20. Moreover, the Lord thy power will send hornets among them until there are none left, and hide themselves from thee and be destroyed. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them. For the Lord thy power is amongst you, and he's a mighty and a terrible God. And the Lord thy power will put out all these nations before thee by little and little. Gradualism, that's called gradualism. The Lord is slowly but surely destroying these nations from the inside out, rotting out America with the drugs, with the perverse spirit he mingled here. Isaiah 19, right? He bringing down their economy. He's bringing down the zeitgeist of this place. He's bringing down the goddamn he's bringing down the spirit of this place, man. The pride of the national pride, the goddamn, you know, the sense of security. You know, he's bringing down their education system. He's bringing down their political system. They're fighting amongst each other every fucking day. They can't agree on shit. That's called Satan fighting against Satan. Shall his kingdom stand? Can't stand. Can two walk together lest they be agreed? Amos 3:3. All right. Deuteronomy 7:21. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy power is amongst you, and he is a mighty and a terrible God. And the Lord thy God will put out all these nations from before thee by little and little. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon thee. But the Lord thy God shall deliver them unto thee in shackles and chains. Here you go. So they can serve you. And shall destroy them with a mighty destruction until they be destroyed. And he shall deliver their kings into thy hand, and thou shalt destroy their names from under heaven. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about no cracker white man. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about America. Ain't nobody be talking about China, Russia, the Soviet fucking Union, Ukraine, the Gaza, the state of Israel, Africa. I don't want to fucking hear Africa one more goddamn time. Africa, Africa, Africa. Fucking Africa. I'm tired of fucking Africa, man. I'm tired of hearing about stupid ass Africa. Like Africa is the end all be all of, you know, Africa's a beautiful place and all that, but we're not Africans. Beautiful place, whatever you want to call it, whatever. Before the white man came and put his fucking hands on and try to destroy everything, you know, we ain't going to be hearing about no damn Africa no more. No Ethiopia. That was bullshit, man. It says, he shall deliver their kings to thy hand, and thou shalt destroy their names from under heaven. There shall be no man able to stand before thee until thou hast destroyed them. It says, the graven images of their gods you shall burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that's on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein. That's right. Just don't do what Saul did. Try to take the gold off the statues and then sacrifice the first to the best of the flock to the Lord. Now the Lord told you, destroy them fucking Amalekites, man. Destroy them goddamn heathens, man. And don't leave none one of them. And don't offer me that bullshit, that nasty ass, decrepit sacrifice from them that they sacrifice to other gods. Don't give me them sloppy ass seconds, man. '26 verse. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house, lest thou bring a cursed thing into it. Thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it's a cursed thing. That's like me fucking bringing a Ouija board in the crib, and then, yeah, man, you know, we're going to sacrifice to the Lord on this fucking Ouija board. You know? That's terrible. Oh, no, you know what? You know, we pray over it, and we, you know what I'm saying? We can use it as a cutting board now. I mean, we're going to make our lamb here. You know? Isaiah, Exodus 34 and verse 9, he said, now if I found grace in thy sight, O Lord, let my Lord, I pray thee, go amongst us, for it's a stiff-necked people. Pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. And he said, behold, I make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels such as not have been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. For all the people among whom which thou art shall see the works of the Lord, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Observe thou that which I commanded thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest there be a snare in the midst of thee. Take heed before you make a deal with that white man, or you make a deal with that Chinese man, before you sell out your people. Take heed before you sign that 501c3, before you sign that contract in blood 360 deal. All right, take heed. Before, lest it be a snare or in the midst of the guy was over here. Take heed before you make a covenant with this white man coming over here talking about Christopher Colon and Jesus and Christianity and white man and this and that. You know, El Blanco, they seen a white man coming off the ship. Oh, that's why the Lord said, oh, you simple ones, how long will you love simplicity and the fools hate knowledge? How long you niggas gonna getting great bent over by your oppressor and taking it and smiling? Just like this, smiling. You know? Yes, I love getting my ass beat. I love getting gang banged by the heathen. Come on, man. Take heed to yourself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land. The heathen are running a gang bang tour on your ass. And you sitting there just taking it. Yes, the heathen can use me as a toy. You know, just like a fucking porn flick. You know? The Israel has become like Tiana Trump. Tiana Trump. You know, just let every fucking nigga just do whatever they want to you. To the highest bidder. 13th verse. But he shall destroy their altars. That's what you're going to do. You're going to destroy their altars. You're going to break their images. You're going to cut down their groves. But I shall worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous power. The Most High is a jealous God, and he's a jealous power, and jealousy is the rage of a man. He seen his woman getting trained on by the heathen. And he didn't like it. He didn't like it very much. That's why he's going to come visit the earth with great fire and indignation. Psalms 45 and 2. Thou art fairer than the children of men, grace is poured onto thy lips. Therefore the Most High have blessed thee forever. Gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with the glory and thy majesty. And thy majesty ride prosperously because of truth and meekness and righteousness. Thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Terrible things. Thy arrow shall be sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee. Thy throne, O Most High, is forever and ever. Thy scepter of thy kingdom is a right scepter. Thou lovest righteousness and hatest wickedness. Therefore the Most High, thy power, have anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. The Lord has given you more understanding than they that was before you. Than these older niggas out there in the world, the Lord giving you more understanding than the niggas in the church. He didn't give you the understanding, the true understanding. You know, the true understanding, so that you could be prosperously running this society as it's supposed to be, underneath the Lord, as all things done decently in order, right? Well, the Lord giving you that understanding so you may use it. And it says, all thy garments have the smell of myrrh, aloes, cassia out of the ivory palaces, whereby they make thee glad. King's daughters were amongst thy honorable women. Upon thy right hand did stand the queen in gold of Ophir. Hearken, O daughter, and consider, incline thy ear, forget also thy own people and thy father's house. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is the Lord thy power, worship thou him. And the daughter of Tyre shall be there with gifts. Even the rich amongst the people shall entreat thy favor. The king's daughter is also glorious within, and her clothing is wrought of gold. She shall be brought unto the king in raiment of nettlework. The virgins, her companions that follow her, shall be brought unto thee. With gladness and rejoicing shall they be brought. They shall enter into the king's palaces. Revelation the 14th chapter. 144,000 virgins, and her companions that follow her shall be brought unto thee. With gladness and rejoicing they shall be brought, and they shall enter into the king's palace. You're going to dwell amongst the king's courts and have his protection, his favor, so that the nations going to understand that you're terrible as a people, great and terrible. 16th verse. Instead of thy father shall be thy children, whom thou makest princes in all the earth. You ain't gonna be niggas no more. You're gonna be princes, sons of the power, kings on the earth. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people praise thee forever and ever. Psalms 45. That was 45. 68. Psalm 68 and verse 26 says, "Bless ye the Most High in the congregations, even the Lord from the fountain of Israel. There is a little Benjamin with their ruler and the prince of Judah." And the council, why it's called Little Benjamin, because they was almost wiped out back then. Okay, but now they're very numerous. All the humping they're doing. It says, the princes of Judah and their council, the prince of Zebulun and the prince of Naphtali. It says that God have commanded thy strengthen, O Most High, that which thou hast wrought for us. Because of thy temple, which is at Jerusalem, shall kings bring presents unto thee. Yeah, because of fear. This is what happens because of fear. You gotta bring presents to the king lest he get angry, lest he start to text you more, lest he start to, you know, everybody gotta bring tribute. Great king, Lord, you know, please, great king, and all thy wisdom. You know, have mercy upon thy servants. You know? That's how they used to they was talking in the ancient world. That's to the carnal king. That's to the king of the realm, the king of, you know, whatever show you're watching. You know, you see them coming down there with gifts. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Actually, 30 verse. Rebuke the company of the spearmen, the multitude of the bulls, with the calves of the people, till everyone submit himself with pieces of silver. Scatter thou the people that delight in war, Whitey. Princes shall come up out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hands unto the Most High. You goddamn Ethiopians, you ain't gonna talk shit. You're gonna stretch out your hands like this. Bow your head, stretch out your hands just like this. And you're gonna walk this way like Johnny Cash said. No, that's not the Johnny Cash. That's Aerosmith. That's Aerosmith. 32nd verse, which them niggas are Jakes. Okay. Steven Tyler and them niggas, man. It says, sing unto the Most High, ye kings of the kingdoms of the earth. Oh, sing praise unto the Lord, Selah. To him that ride upon the heavens of the heavens, which are of old, he doth send out his voice. That's a mighty voice. Yeah, I was watching Interstellar, and you know the white man sitting there riding upon the heavens with his little miniature chariot, and his little pitiful miniature chariot. He's trying to go around the black hole. That's a bullshit story, man. And of course, everything you see on TV is bullshit, but all these movies where the white man's running his chariot and shit, that's a futile effort. That's all science fiction. But our reality is gonna be, we're gonna get to see Gargantua. That's what they call the black hole and all this. They don't know what a black hole is. They don't know what it leads to. This nigga went through the black hole. Matthew McConaughey went through the motherfucking black hole. This nigga, all he did was he was shaking. He was shaking a little bit. And he was just like, this nigga, he didn't expect us to believe that motherfucker did. Well, the white man could go through anything. He could go through a black hole. He could go through 3 planets. He could go through time. He could jump back in time and see his goddamn old daughter. His daughter aged like 100 years, and he just came back the same. Yeah. Hey, but that's the imagination of the heathen. Why do the heathen imagine a vain thing? Why do the people raised in the heathen imagine a vain thing, man? They're imagining vain things, bro. Which that dude Nolan, that dude's a skilled director, man. And Matthew McConaughey might be a Jake. That nigga's a great actor. I gotta give it to him. He's a great actor. It's like Michael Caine, the nigga the old man that was up there. Michael Caine, that's a great actor too. But he's more of an Irish Jake, so I can see that more. But anyways, every white man that acts can't be a fucking Israelite. Every white man that acts cannot be an Israelite, man. It can't be. But some of them do have like the Wahlbergs. The Wahlbergs gotta be Jake. Matt Damon, Brad Pitt for sure. But the jury's still out. Anyways, ascribe his strength unto the Most High. His excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. Yeah, the ships. The Most High rides upon the heavens with the angels, with his men. And he's gonna send his son to do terrible things. 35th verse. O Most High, thou art terrible out of all thy holy places. The Most High of Israel is he that gives strength and power unto his people. Blessed be the power. Yeah, not to the white man so he can go through a black hole. We're going to be able to manipulate the elements, man. We're going to see what really is on the other side of the black hole, dimensions and shit. This motherfucker went through the dimensions, and he seen like a place where the 5th dimension was. And you know what I'm saying? He was talking to his daughter through the 3rd dimension. And you know what I'm saying? He was leaving her Morse code signs and shit. That's flesh and blood, man. The flesh and blood went to the 5th dimension. Yeah, I mean, it's Hollywood, man. Hollywood, bro. Isaiah 18, which is an entertaining movie, man, but whatever. It says, Isaiah 18:3, it says, all ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers on earth, see ye, when he lift up an ensign on the mountains, when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye. For so the Lord said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like clear heat upon herbs, and like cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For the harvest, when the bud is perfect and the sour grape is ripened in the flower, he shall cut both off the sprigs with pruning hooks, and take away and cut down the branches. They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains, and to the beasts of the earth, and the fowls
shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. 7th verse. In that time shall the present be brought unto the Lord of hosts of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers has spoiled, to the place of the name of the Lord of hosts, the Mount of Zion. All right. And that time shall the present be brought to the Lord of hosts, of people that scattered and peeled, and a people that's terrible from the beginning hitherto, a nation meted out, trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the power of hosts, the Mount of Zion. All right. A terrible people that have a terrible God defending them, man. Okay. So terrible in the sense that the Lord's going to make you a dread and fear to the nations. That's why the 19th verse you jump down, it says that Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. All right. So yeah, I just want to touch on that briefly, man. This white man devil, he think he's big and bad. He think he's terrible. He think he knows something. The pride of heart had deceived thee. Nehemiah 1:5. Okay, that close out. He said, I beseech thee, O Lord, power of heaven, the great and terrible God that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments. All right, let now thy ear and thy eyes be open, that thou mayest hear the prayers of thy servant, which I pray before thee now day and night for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. For we have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments which thou commandest thy father. Remember, I beseech thee the word that thou commandest thy servants, saying, if you transgress, I will scatter you abroad amongst the nations. But if you turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet will I gather them from thence, and I will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. All right. So with that, call Yahweh, the monster, our teachers, the apostles, of great millstone, peace and salutations unto the election. Okay, the Most High is the terrible one. All right, the true terrible one that's gonna bring this devil to naught. You know. So with that, shalom, man. So.